Hi, my name's Nadia Marshall. Welcome to Warmth TV. Today I'm going to show you how to make ragi porridge, which we first had when we were in India in 2009 doing Panchakarma, and it blew my tiny little mind. It's kind of like chocolate or cocoa porridge, so the kids are going to love it. Absolutely delicious. Ragi is, you probably haven't heard of, it's actually red finger millet, and you can get this flour from most local Indian grocers. If you live locally, you can pick it up from us here in the clinic. It's a really interesting grain which you can read about on our blog. It's got lots of cool qualities, being high in vitamins and minerals and fibre, low GI, alkaline, all those wonderful things. From an Ayurvedic perspective, it's sweet, so it's quite nourishing, but at the same time it's very light, so it decreases kapha, and because it's also dry, it can aggravate vata, but only if eaten in excess and not prepared in the right way. So here we are preparing it in the right way to make it more of a tridoshic grain. It's also, this particular porridge is very light, very easy to digest, so if you've kind of overdone it the night before, like gone on a pizza or mud cake extravaganza, then this is the porridge for you the next morning. Because it is so light, if you have had soup the night before and you have strong digestion, then you will definitely need to add the optional cashews to keep you full for a few hours, or you might want to choose a heavier porridge instead. So you're going to love this. Enjoy. So we start with our recipe and our beautiful ingredients: some ghee, jaggery, ragi flour, red millet flour, a handful of cashews, some ground cinnamon, ground cardamom, and unhomogenised organic milk. Just simple ingredients. Prepare the jaggery by chopping it and the cashews by roughly slicing. Then we heat up our ghee on a moderate to low heat until it's melted. Then we add our ragi flour, just a quarter of a cup, and stir it into the ghee with a whisk. Now you need to use quite a bit of ghee with the ragi flour because it is a very dry grain, so it takes up the ghee quite readily. If you do have a kapha constitution, you can use a little bit less ghee than I've used here. I am a ghee monster. And fry off the flour in the oil till it turns this beautiful dark chocolatey colour. Then we take it off of the heat to add the milk, half a cup of milk, and then half a cup of boiling water to begin with. And we'll have to add extra water as we go along. Whisk it all together. Always use a whisk because this will help to avoid lumps. When it's stirred in nicely, pop it back on the heat, and then slowly the ragi will just thicken as we go. Add the cashews at the beginning, and that will give them time to soften throughout the cooking process. And stir thoroughly until it starts to thicken. It will take a little while, but then it will start to look like this, where it will thicken up on the heat. And then we might need to add some more hot water. So just judging as you go along, depending on the consistency that you want. I added water probably about 3 times throughout this process. And then just keep stirring it in. When the ragi is almost cooked, then we add the jaggery, the cardamom, and the cinnamon. And stir that in as well. And just before we finish, adding just a little bit more water for that final consistency that we're looking for, which is kind of a custard pudding type consistency. A little bit like this. Then we dish it out into a bowl. Into our beautiful ragi porridge with a lovely glisten of ghee on top. You're going to love it. It's so yummy. Now here's a hot tip: if you are leaving some in the pot for any reason, if you don't want a skin to form on top, just add a little bit of hot water and then put the lid on, and then you can just heat it up later. and that works much better. Enjoy!